Good evening, everyone. Today I am going to start with the topic matrices of class 12. Chapter is 3. So, today I will be talking about introduction. These are the key points of introduction. Matrix or matrices. First key point is this, which is covered by the definition, representation, meaning of elements, order of a matrix. After this, we'll be moving on to mainly types of matrices. Types of matrices, which I'll be discussing in detail, what type of matrices we are going to cover in this chapter. So, let us start with the definition of matrix. Surprised by seeing this matrix or matrices. Let me clear the meaning of these two first. Matrix is a singular form and matrices is a plural form. When we are talking about a single matrix, we use the word matrix. When we use more than one matrix, we use the term matrices. Now the first question comes to your mind, what is a matrix? So let us try to understand this definition part by first taking an example. What is the example? There are three friends, namely X, Y, and Z. They went to the shop to buy the notebooks and books for their class 12th. Now these are the data. X has purchased 10 notebooks and 5 books. Y has purchased 8 notebooks and 3 books, and Z has purchased 11 notebooks and 4 books. Now if you look at this data, what you observe that these data is written in the form of 2 rows. Let us call them as R1 and R2, and the data is given in the form of column, which is moving vertically downward, C1, C2 and C3. So what do you observe? Matrix. and how it will look like by this information. When we put it into perfect form, how it will look like and what will be its nature. Let us only take the data and put it in the form of an array. What is that? The word is used, array. Here the word is used as array. This is the term which is used as array. So what is an array? Array is the representation of this data as 10, 8, 11, which is here for the notebooks in the form of R1, and books which is defined as R2, and it is written as 5, 3, 4. So if you look at this transformation of data in the form of an array, the same data looks like this, but it is more systematic and it has got a perfect meaning. So now let us understand this whole structure. I am writing the same thing. This is R1, which goes horizontally. R2 again goes horizontally. C1 goes vertically. C2 again goes vertically, and C3 goes vertically downwards. Now you need to understand, or if I ask you a question, how many rows are visible to you? What is your answer? So let us try to understand. If you don't know the answer, there are two rows, R1 and R2. So R1 and R2, there are two rows. So here it is written as 2 in the lower part of index. And if, how many columns are there? C1, C2 and C3. So this is written as 2 cross 3, and this is an order of representation. The first element, first value represent the number of rows, second value represent the number of column. So, and what is that? This 2 cross 3 is defined as order of a matrix. 2 cross 3 is the order of a matrix. This gives you few more information. Now what is this data? This is representation, which I have representation in the form of an array. Meaning of data. The data which I have collected from this source is known as element. Element. All these data are known as element. Now comes the location of this data, or in the form of an element. So look at this. This is first row and first column. So if you look at the position of this, it is A11. Now you must be surprised why I am using the word A11. So the meaning of the role of this A11 is that every matrix is defined by a capital letter A, B, C, X, Y, Z. So if I am using the word A, if I am using the letter A for defining the matrix, then this A11 is the element of this. And what is the position? The position of this element is first row, first column. So I hope you have understood how to define the location of an element. Similarly, we move on to the second. This is first row and second column. So the location of this is A12. Similarly, this is first row, third element. So it is A13. Now we move on to second row. So this location is, can you tell me what is the location of this? Yes, correct. You are perfect. A21. A21 is the location of this. Now, who will tell me what is the position of this? Yes, very true. This is A22. So it means you have understood how to find the location of an element. The location of this element is A23. So can anybody tell me how many elements are there? The number of elements is same as 2 into 3, that is 6. So whatever is the order of the matrix, that is going to define, or that is going to give me also the number of element in this. So to just clear your doubt, what is the link between the number of element and the matrix, I will take an example. So I hope the things are clear to you. What is the definition? The definition of a matrix is defined in the form of an array, which is a combination of data in the form of an element, and this further deals with order of a matrix. So order of a matrix is 2 cross 3, which is defined as how many rows and how many columns are there. So this is, first part is over, and I hope the things are clear. Is that clear? Okay, yes, fine. Let's proceed to the next part. The next part is, I was talking about what is the link between the number of element and the order of a matrix. So my question is, if I give you 5 elements, the number of elements I provide you as 5, how many matrix you can form, and what will be the order of the resultant matrix? Let us see what you are going to do. Simple exercise is what you have seen, that if the order of matrix is 2 cross 3, you have the number of element as 6. But here the question is reverse. If number of elements are 5, how to form the order, how to find the order of a matrix? So answer is very clear. There are two answers. The order is 1 cross 5 or 5 cross 1, because the number of elements cannot be in fraction, it has to be whole number. So your multiplication of this should not be different from this 5. So there are only two possibilities, 1 into 5 and 5 into 1. So you know that since this value is a prime number and you can have only two possibilities, later on you will understand what is the difference between 1 into 5 and 5 into 1 when I will proceed further. Now second question is, if number of element is 6, will it be possible for you to answer this? Anybody can answer? Give me the answer. Yes, perfect. Your answer is very much correct. Your answer is 1 into 6 2 into 3, 3 into 2, and 6 into 1. So these are the four possibilities. What do you understand from here? Since this is a composite number, basically what you are doing, you are just factorizing the number which is given to you. You will write all possible factor, keeping in mind that order in reverse order makes sense different. 1 into 6 is different from 6 into 1. As I told you, the meaning of this represent of rows and this represent number of column. So in this case, number of rows are 6 and number of columns are 1. But if I take this, here the number of rows is 1 and number of column is 6. So you can understand number of rows here is 6 and here number of column is 1. So you can easily understand the basic difference between the two answers. Shall I proceed? Thank you. Let's proceed further. The next part of this, all these are clear. I have explained you all this. The only thing is, I would like to take an example to understand how to form a matrix. So let us take an example, because you should know how to form a matrix. So let A be a matrix which is written in the form of Aij 2 cross 3, where Aij is equal to I plus j divided by 2. Before I proceed to this example, to solve this example, let me explain you the basic difference in these two. Again I am repeating. Let A is equal to Aij be a matrix whose order is 2 cross 3, where each element of this matrix is defined as I plus j by 2. So you need to understand the basic difference between these two different symbols. This Aij stands for element and this Aij stands for matrix. So let us start. How I start solving this? My matrix is of order 2 cross 3. So I explain it in this form. How many rows are there? There are 2 rows, A11, A21. So there are 2 rows and there are 3 columns. So C11 is over. Now C22, this is R1 and this is R2. So as I explained you, what will be the position of this? It is first row, second element. So it will be A12 and it is A13. And similarly, this is A22 and this is A23. So that makes us 2 rows and 3 columns. Now the question is how to fill it. For that we need to use this definition of an element. My first element is A1 1. So as per the definition, it says I plus j by 2. So it is 2 by 2, which is equal to 1. So my first element is 1. This is my first answer. Next is A1 2. The definition says it is nothing but the sum of this index divided by 2. So here it is 1 2, so it will be 1 plus 2 divided by 2, so it is 3 by 2. Similarly, A1 3, 1 plus 3 divided by 2, so it is 4 by 2, that is 2. So I have calculated a first row, all the elements. So let us write the answer. You must write after calculating the answer, you must fill it back, otherwise you may commit mistake. Now let us move to second row. A21 is 2 plus 1 divided by, so it is 3 by 2, so 3 by 2, this is 3 2 1. A22, that is 2 plus 2 divided by 2, 4 by 2, which is 2, so this is 2. A23, which is 2 plus 3 divided by 2, which is 5 by 2. So last element is. I hope you got it. I hope you got it. This is how you have to calculate a matrix, and this is how you have to represent. Let me tell you, there are two types of representation for matrix. One is this and other is this. I'll be using this for safer reason. There is no problem. If you are comfortable with this, you can use this also. There is no difference at all. So I hope the things are clear, how to calculate the matrix when the element is defined to you. Let us move to the second part, the types of matrix. Before moving on types of matrices, let me explain you the general form of a matrix, how it looks like and what is the meaning and why it is defined in that format. So let us take this matrix in a bigger, larger picture. A, I, J, M cross N. So I hope you have understood the meaning, that this is a matrix whose elements are Aij and the order of the matrix is M cross N. So now let me elaborate it. So it will look like this in a bigger picture. First row, A11, A12, A13, it goes like this. Then comes ith row, 1j, this is column, so C1, C2, C3, jth column. This is Cj, this is C1, C2, C3, so this is jth column. And similarly you will move to nth column, that will be A1n, and this is your R1. What do you observe? When you are writing these elements, your first index is same, 1. Now let us move to write second row, R. As I told you, now second row, the row is fixed, only column will move. We are moving column wise, so it will move like this: A22, A23, then again you will land up here in jth column, and again you will land up here in nth column. Likewise, you will move horizontally also, and you will move to rith, means ith row. So it will be ai1, ai2, ai3, and here you have aig. You just try to correlate with this. Try to correlate this element with this format. Then it is in, and finally we move on to mth row. So it will be a m1, a m2, a m3, and a mj, and likewise you will have a mn. So this gives you the order of the matrix in the form of m cross n. Right. I hope you have understood. This is a larger picture of a matrix. A matrix looks like this. It is defined in short form as this. So how to frame a matrix? When you are asked to frame a matrix, what you will be doing? First of all, your focus must be on order. What is the order of a matrix? So immediately it should click to your mind that you are talking about n number of rows and n number of columns. So immediately you should frame in such a way that you are moving m row and you are moving column wise n, and this is how you generate the picture. I hope the things are clear, because this is very important to understand this concept, types of matrices. Let us try to understand the types of matrices. First of all, let me explain you the first type. The first type is column matrix. Column matrix. A is equal to Aij m cross 1, where 1 is less than equal to I, is less than equal to m, and j is equal to 1. To understand it, let us take an example. The example is 1, 4, 5. So it is 3 cross 1. So the number of rows are 3, but column is fixed 1. So when the number of column is 1, it is called column matrix. Now let us move on to row matrix. As you have understood here column matrix, you need to understand row matrix also. Row matrix is A is equal to Aij 1 cross n, as usual, where I is equal to 1 and j is varying from 1 to n. Let us take an example. You can call it A, here you can call it B as 2 minus 3, 7. So row is 1 and column is 3. So number of columns are 3 and row is only 1. So it is called row matrix. The third, this is the most important for you to understand. It is called square matrix. What is a square matrix? A square matrix is defined as A equal to Aij m cross m. This is very important. Or you can write A is equal to Aij n cross n. If you want to express in terms of n, you are free, or you want to express it. Let us try to understand through an example, series of example. This is 1 cross 1, 2, 3, 5, 9. This is 2 cross 2. Five, 0, 3, 2, 4, 6, 7 minus 3, 2. This is 3 cross 3. This is 1 cross 1 and this is 3 cross 3. So you have 3 different examples, right, of square matrix. Now, since there is no space, if you have any question, you can ask. I will explain you again. Anybody has any doubt? You have understood? Fine. Let us proceed further to define few more. This is again a very important matrix. When I wrote this example 2, 3, 5, 7, you know the meaning of all the elements. This is 1, 1, this is 1, 2, this is 2, 1, this is 2, 2. But you need to understand the importance of this. If you look at the position of these elements here and this, I is equal to j. This is 1, 1 and this is 2, 2. Such element whose position is located at this condition I equal to j, this makes main diagonal elements. You need to understand. I have shown you through this example. I'll be talking about main diagonal elements quite often, so let us take this. The name of this matrix is diagonal matrix. Now, what is the diagonal matrix? This is a very particular type of matrix. Diagonal matrix is a square matrix where Aij is equal to 0 for all I not equal to j. Now, many of you might have got question to ask. For that, let us take an example of 3 cross 3. So for generating a main diagonal element, what do you need to do? What do you need to do? You just because this is the definition for I not equal to j. What about I equal to j? Means I equal to j may not satisfy this condition. So what I am going to do, I am going to fill up all those values because I am constructing 3 cross 3. So I am talking about A11, A22, A33. First fix this and then you fill the rest with 0. This is the meaning of definition. Look at this position. What is this position? Yes, correct. This is A12. It means I is not equal to j. This is 1, 3. Yes, I is not equal to j. So wherever I is not equal to j, the elements will be defined. And what do you understand by this example? That all the elements on the main diagonal should not be 0 at the same time. All cannot be 0. 1, if you are talking about 3 cross 3, 1 can be 0. But you cannot put all the 3 0 at the same time. Right? Avoid writing 0 on the main diagonals. It is not that you can't, but if you take non-zero elements on the main diagonal, it will give you a clear picture. I hope this is clear. Now, there is another format of writing a diagonal matrix. The same diagonal matrix can be written as A equal to A diagonal 4, 5, 7. What does it mean? The meaning is these 3 elements, because he is talking about a square matrix. So if you have 3 elements, it means this is 1, 1, this is 2, 2, and this is 3, 3. So put 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And rest you fill up with zeros. I hope the things are clear. Now the next is scalar matrix. What is a scalar matrix? The scalar matrix is defined as A equal to Aij is a square matrix, again where Aij is equal to K for I is equal to J and 0 for I not equal to J. So for example, again I will take a 3 cross 3 matrix. Here I am going to write 5, 5, 5. This is the meaning. So K is 5. Right? So 3 cross 3. What do you have to do with the rest? You have to fill with 0. Right? So, in other words, you can understand that every scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix whose elements on the main diagonals are identically same. Rest are 0. Here, in diagonal matrix, it may be different, but in a scalar matrix, the main diagonal elements are going to be same. Right? So every scalar matrix is a diagonal matrix. Two more to go. Let us try to understand that also. This is identity matrix. This is one of the most important matrix. So again, is a square matrix where Aij is equal to 1 for I equal to j and 0 for I not equal to j. By now you must have understood everything. It will look like this in 3 cross 3. 1, 1, 1, rest you fill with 0. So you can understand that every identity matrix is a scalar matrix where K is 1. Last is 0 matrix. A 0 matrix is a matrix with all elements 0. That is, this is 1 cross 1, this is 1 cross 2, this is 2 cross 2, so, and likewise you can construct yourself. The only thing is, a 0 matrix can be a square matrix or it can be a non-square matrix. I hope everything is clear. Thank you very much. If any doubt is there, you can always refer my lecture back, and you can see it as many times as you want. Please follow my next video to continue with other part of matrices. Thank you.